So when Mao Nobu got released and we were all like, dang, Mao Nobu kinda sucks, kind of a stinky unit. None of us could have possibly imagined that Delightworks would have just been like, well, you know what? We're just gonna release a 1-star servant whose entire role is to just make Nobu units absolutely busted broken. And well, now we have Nobukatsu. So let's talk about this man. His hits really don't even matter because all this dude is here to do is dump a metric ton of buffs onto a Nobu unit and die, and when he dies, dump even more buffs onto that Nobu unit. So skill 1, he inflicts confusion status to one enemy, which is basically a 30% chance to do a skill seal. It's not checked by magic resistance or anything, so it's basically like a raw 30% chance. But more importantly, it's a 30% buster debuff to that enemy, so you know, all the Nobu units are buster units, so they're gonna really like this because that's 30% free damage that they're getting. Then his second skill, he gains 15 stars every turn for 3 turns, but we don't really care about that. You know, the 20% party critical damage for 3 turns, that's pretty nice. It's only 20%, so you're like, okay, this kind of sucks. But then look at the buffs that the Nobus get. Nobunaga units get 80% more crit damage, so that is 100% crit damage per Nobukatsu that you have. So say you have yours, you own Mao Nobu, and then you bring a friend Nobukatsu, you can give whichever Nobu 200% crit damage and then 6,000 star weight between the two of those. So no matter who you have on the field, that Nobu unit is getting those stars. And here's the thing too, like this is the one thing we all thought that, you know, Mao Nobu needed. We're like, you know, if she had like a crit buff, kind of like Jolter, then I think she'd be a lot better. Well, they were like, here, 200% crit damage for free. There you go, enjoy. And I'm like, I'm not having fun, bro. We're not having fun, okay? This is not what I wanted. This is not what I meant when I said give her a crit buff. And then he's also genning 15 stars a turn. So if you have 2 of those Nobukatsus, you're genning 30 stars a turn for 3 turns and giving like Mao Nobu or even the Summer Nobu, who could probably use this as well because she's a berserker and could hit anybody for super effective damage. They're just going to face card everything to death. Like I would be really interested to see someone go up against some challenge quest, just bring 2 Nobukatsus, a Nobunaga unit, and just crit the enemy to death just ridiculously, right? But we're not even done, because his final skill is a taunt towards himself, and it gives him a buff that when he dies, he regens everybody's HP by 3,000, which is, you know, it's okay, it's a taunt, you know, sure, it's great and all. This is just to make sure that Nobukatsu dies, but you'd probably just pop this when you're going to use his NP anyway, because his NP kills himself. It gives everybody 20% NP gauge, except himself, and then increases the buster performance of Nobu allies by 20%, and then further increases the buster performance of the party by 10 to 30% depending on overcharge. So basically, Nobunaga units are getting 30% buster performance up. The enemy has 30% buster resistance down. You have at least 30 stars on the field, 200% crit damage on your Nobu unit, and then if you pop 2 of these Nobukatsu NPs, then like 2 more of your supports can come in. Like then you can have like a Merlin, and then I don't know, like I guess you could have Chen Gong come in as well if you're using the Berserker Nobu, because then he basically has hero creation. You could bring in him, you could bring in Waver. Like it's just absolutely disgusting. And this isn't even done. We're not even done, because his Bond CE gives Nobunaga allies basically coup alters dodge skill, where he has 2 hits for 3 turns, which, okay, I guess no coup alters last a bit longer than 3 turns, but you guys get what I'm saying. They get protection from arrows, so you could actually like let one Nobukatsu die and then let the other one pop their NP and die whenever you want to give Nobu like 2 more hits of evasion. It's just absolutely stupid. Like the unit itself is just like, I need to make Nobu like really good, and they were like, well, here you go, and it's just disgusting, because being able to cycle out your units for free like this is so good. It's why Arash is so good, it's why Chen Gong is so good, it's why Nobukatsu is going to be very good, because our only option to swap our servants around is Plug Suit, and that's like once every 13 turns. So this is absolutely disgusting, broken, and he's a 1-star, mind you. It's not like oh, you gotta waste a bunch of resources getting like a 4-star leveled up. Like, nope, 1 star. Just use some friend points. He barely takes up any space on the team. What does this cost? This costs like 3 or something. Yeah, literally he has 3 cost. So, it's broken. Absolutely disgusting. People that were going to be like, oh, well, I'm probably going to skip out on Mao Nobu until she gets some buffs. Well, she got a buff, and then she got Nobukatsu to come in the game as well. So, Mao Nobu's looking like a pretty strong pick to summon for this year, or next year. So, please keep that in mind, that we'll be getting this 1-star guy coming in the game that's going to turn her into an absolute machine. And if you don't get her, at least you have the shot to get some higher NP levels of Summer Nobu as well, because she'll be on Mao Nobu's banner as well. So that's all I'm saying. Just consider these things. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. You guys have yourself a nice day. I need to go take a nap from all this craziness that's being released.